So given what you just described, what do you see as the security industry's biggest challenge using wireless technology?
That is a good question. A lot of people in the security industry have tried some sort of wireless in the past. The challenge is that running video over a wireless link can be a challenging operation. And there are really not a lot of products in the market until 2-3 years ago that could have done the job properly. Now, because of this reason, wireless has a pretty bad reputation in the industry. And that is, for us, really one of the biggest challenges that we're facing right now. A lot of people are still pretty skeptical in running video over a wireless link, and clearly there are some technicalities, and there needs to be a level of knowledge in installing a wireless network that is very important to understand and to have because the network works properly. But overall, we are hoping that people, by seeing our product, testing them, also with small applications, and then growing from there, we could actually take that bad taste out of their mouth and make wireless another viable solution.
Right. Well, presuming that wireless is made as a viable solution, it certainly sounds like it is. What do you believe is the largest growth area using wireless technology? In other words, what are the most applications? Where can we really find some growth using wireless?
We have seen probably the two biggest opportunities right now are in education, so university campuses and lots of other campus environments. And their challenge is to be able to have connectivity all across campus, and a lot of time they deploy a video surveillance system, but then they have the need to add emergency phones on it, or maybe they have the need to provide Wi-Fi coverage in a part of the campus. And since campus environments are always in a growing sort of fashion, a growing sort of state, it's great to use a wireless technology because you can design an infrastructure today that works for the existing campus. Then maybe 1, 2, 3 years from now, they need to grow, they need to add cameras, they need to add emergency phone, and the wireless will allow you to spread out as much as needed. Another pretty good opportunity is actually in the industrial sector. We are seeing a lot of companies in the energy world, particularly, installing video surveillance systems. And the challenge there is trenching. They usually don't have much fiber running around their plants. I'm talking about oil rigs, I'm talking about water treatment plants, and any sort of refinery or things like that. So trenching is definitely not an option. Wireless then becomes their most viable option, simply because they allow them to have cameras, sensors, Wi-Fi access in different parts of their plants, and clearly they can move it and grow it or shrink it as needed.
Well, that sounds fantastic. Now, given the technology, the application, the usage, what is the greatest impact wireless technology will have on us in the future?
Well, overall, we hope that by providing a better, more affordable wireless technology, we can make people's life easier connectivity-wise. We want to be able to provide a new mean of connectivity that will allow any integrator to actually look at this solution and say, okay, I need to run this video from point A to point B. Now let me use a wireless technology, or at least let me consider a wireless technology. We want to make wireless a much more easier to grasp technology than what it really is today.
Well, that sounds fantastic. Now, with you being in the wireless industry, what would you tell a person just getting into the industry today, the wireless industry today, and what area of the wireless industry would you point them towards and why?
Well, good question. I think right now there is a pretty big opportunity for anyone in getting specialized in wireless products, because there is a lot of companies out there, and I'm talking also about security companies, that don't really have enough knowledge or enough time to actually invest into wireless technology as much as they needed. So this opens up the door for smaller integrators or smaller companies that are actually specialized in wireless, that they really know what they're doing, and they have a track record of installations. They can go there and say, hey, we can partner with you and help you out in deploying the wireless network. This happens in the security world. It happens in any sort of IP backhauling. It's happening in the cellular backhauling world. So it's really a pretty standard and common process. Big corporations can really keep up with the technology, and so they subcontract to smaller integrators, and focus and specialization on wireless is paying off, at least until now.
Well, that's fantastic. It sounds like very good advice. We've covered a lot of topics. However, what question would you like to be asked now?
That is, I guess, the toughest question of all. Well, I guess if I can add, a bit on to the message that we're trying to send out. Wireless technology is a great technology. There is a bit of a revolution that we are launching into the market, and I just want to make a recommendation to close this interview. If you're looking at a wireless company, if you're looking at a wireless product, a very important component of this is a company that can support you in your design, in your engineering, and in your deployment.
So Cosimo, we've covered a lot of topics and some very exciting information regarding wireless technology. What question would you like to be asked now?
I think a good question to ask would be, in case you are someone interested in wireless and want to learn more, what are the next steps? And the way I would answer that question is, first of all, get training and understand exactly how the technology works. There is a lot of bad information out there about what wireless can do for you and what it can't do for you. How to get training, there is lots of different ways to do it. Most manufacturers offer their own training. We do it online and part on site. A lot of people do everything online. You can find lots of different formats. My suggestion is find something that works for you, but make sure you really understand from A to Z the technology. Have some experience with it, install some small systems, get your feet wet with the idea of running wireless networks, and then grow from there.
Well, that's fabulous. That's fabulous advice. Now, speaking of support and technology, we have the ISC West show coming up here in March. Why should we come by your booth? Are there any new and exciting things that you'll be showcasing this year?
Absolutely. We'll be showing 2 new things at the show. Number one, we have a new single radio indoor product called the FluidMesh 2100 Endo, built for embedded applications for video surveillance and voice over IP mainly. And then the biggest news of all, I guess, is that we've just released a new transmission protocol, which improves even more the performances of the system. And we've been able to reach pretty unique performances, also with very high level of interferences. So we really work very hard to make the network reliable also in tough conditions. Very unique in the industry, really the only one that had anything even close to it. Come check it out. We'll have a live demo of our products. We'll be running a live mesh network at our booth. Come check it out.
Well, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing the booth technology as well as seeing you at ISC West this year. Again, Cosimo,
Thanks,
you're very welcome. Again, thank you very much for joining us here at securityinterviews.com.
Thank you, David. It's been a real pleasure.